What's up, everybody? Dr. Chris Featherstone here. Another new episode of the Legion of Raw. I am here. You okay, man?
Yeah, I'm good. Bro, I got to tell you, I feel so refreshed, Chris, because usually with 45 minutes left in Raw, I will go on Twitch and do a watch along, and I'm talking for 45 straight minutes.
Yeah.
So by the time I come to you, I'm a little shot. I didn't do that tonight.
Oh.
So I feel very, very energized and full of energy tonight. So this should be an exception.
That's the reason why you're doing the flare pats, big man. Come on, big man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Woo! Woo!
Yeah.
All right. I had a good workout. Well, I had fun. I mean, I'd work out pretty intensely 5 days a week. But today, it just hit different, man. Maybe the shirt I had on, man, just really put my guns out.
Yeah, look at that, man. Unbelievable.
Guns out, man.
Unbelievable.
So, so maybe I was feeling a little bit more nature boy today.
Yeah.
Vince, how's life, man?
Good, man. Good. Bro, I want to say something up top. I swear, I try to come on here and like kind of make things clear, but I don't know like if literally people are deaf, they just hear what they want to hear, or they're brain dead. It's one of those three things. You know, somebody said something on social media tonight about, oh yeah, but Vince doesn't point out how they sell out every house show and all the fans are coming to house show. Bro, I don't know how many times I have to go through this. Okay. If you are a wrestling fan, which I am not, I would never go to bro, from now till the day I die, I will never, ever attend another wrestling event. Period. Unless I'm paid a lot of money. Period. End of story. So if you are a wrestling fan, these are solid house shows. But I'm not critiquing a house show.
Yeah.
I'm critiquing a television show. And I don't understand why that's so difficult for people to understand. It's two completely different things. If it's on my television, it's a television show, and I am critiquing the television show. I'm not going to the house show and critiquing a house show event. These are good, solid house shows, bro. Great that they're selling out. They're giving people 3 hours of nonstop action. They're sending everybody home happy. Great. But that's not what we do here. We're looking at a television show. That's what we're reviewing, bro. Please understand the difference.
Yep. I think that's a good way to put it. And we are it's at the end of the day, Vince, it's just our opinions, man.
Exactly, bro.
Opinions, that's all. It's just
yes, and like I said, they're putting on good house shows.
Yeah.
I never said they weren't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, today was a good house show.
Right, it was a good house show.
It had a feel to it. It was Atlanta, Georgia. It was a coming home party for Cody. It had that vibe to it, had that feel to it, and crowd was hot, and it wasn't. I mean, there was a lot of things to critique, but it wasn't terrible.
Bro, I'm gonna put over something huge. Okay.
Please do.
Because I never put anything over, bro.
No,
I hate the WWE, bro. I never put it. I'm gonna put over something huge, bro. I don't. There was definitely a noticeable change tonight, and I don't know who it came from, who was responsible for it, but my God, bro, I don't remember at least the last 5 years. I don't remember so much continuity in one show than there was tonight.
Nice.
Bro, at least 5 years. The things they followed up on tonight, I was like, Holy crap, they never do that. They never do that. Things are totally forgotten. And bro, they followed up with the Rollins and Balor. They followed up with Liv and Rhea. And bro, I could not believe when they did the Nakamura DQ. I was right away. Why is freaking Nakamura getting DQ'd when he's got nothing to do with Ciampa coming in? You know how I am about that. But then when Nakamura laid him out, bro, I've not seen them do something like that in a freaking decade. So I don't know. I don't know who made these changes. I don't know if there was a big creative meeting. But, bro, there was more continuity in this show than any show I've seen in the last 10 years. Here was the big miss, Chris. There was one huge big miss that I would, again, if I'm writing the show, this is how I would have done it. You know, you have the scene where Judgment Day wants Owens and Zayn to put up the tag team titles.
Yeah.
Okay, bro? Bro, if I'm writing the show, yeah, bro, we'll be more than happy to put up the tag team titles as long as you put up that case.
There you go.
Whichever one of us gets the pinfall gets that case. That's why wouldn't you do that? Why would the babyface champions not why would they just accept? No, bro, they would have to get something in return. And I feel the finish was bad because what I would have done, bro, was that would have been my stipulation. Bro, get heat on the heels. Put all the titles on freaking Judgment Day, bro. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens don't need those titles. Put all the titles. So this way you could have did the stipulation with the Money in the Bank match. Damian Priest could have held on to it, which would have made him even stronger. Now they say, we run this place. We run Raw. Well, now you really kind of do run Raw because you've got all these belts and the case. But again, Chris, what was it? House show, send everybody home happy. But that wasn't the right finish, bro.
Yeah, and what I was thinking in my head was, so you're I was talking about this last week. You have 3 more Raws before SummerSlam. So today, the continuity, I think it was because they had to throw all the SummerSlam matches into one show.
Very possible.
You know,
very possible.
I think that's probably why we saw what we saw. But at the same time, I'm thinking in my head, like, you haven't, I mean, Sammy and KO beating Judgment Day. You have 2 more Raws left to book Sammy and KO in the second biggest pay-per-view of the year. You still don't have a match for the undisputed tag team champions. Why didn't you just do Judgment Day against KO and Sammy at SummerSlam and have Judgment Day win? And then, because I think what's going to happen is, this is probably and we'll get to it as we get through the sections here. They're going to have Priest kind of open to tease the cash in, and he may even cash it in. Balor might beat Seth, and then Priest cashing in against Balor. But I still think that's hot shot, man. Why not continue to add more time to the feud? Have Priest and Dom win the tag team titles, because right now the angle is their solidarity. And so, okay, cool. The solidarity actually works even stronger when Priest and Dom have the tag team titles. And so then they all come into having titles, leading to Balor going against Seth. And then that can actually make it seem like, oh, okay, hold on, Balor might win, because to me, it doesn't seem to me like Balor didn't do anything different to make it seem like he earns a title shot now.
Bro, you know what you could have done, Chris? It's this simple. Here's what you could have done. You put the heels over tonight.
Mhm.
Okay, you win the show with the heels going over tonight. You go to SummerSlam. You're going to have your rematch at SummerSlam.
Mhm.
They're going to get the babyface. They're going to get their rematch. Okay, bro. Have Balor beat Rollins.
Okay.
Okay, bro. Have Priest cash it in.
So
Have
he's double
Priest
champion?
Priest beat Balor, and then later on have Balor screw them out of the tag titles. There you go. There you go, bro.
Interesting. Very interesting. And so then you have that sets up for Balor and Priest.
Absolutely. There you go, man. I mean, bro, this stuff they just seem to always go down the simplest path and the simplest road. Things like this are very intriguing and very simple to do, Chris.
Yeah, I agree, man. I agree.
This way you could have had the heels go over tonight and the babies get the belts back at SummerSlam.
Yeah, I was thinking, because it's interesting when you I was thinking like, okay, so why don't the heels win? Because I think that Dom and Priest should have won tonight. I mean, like if you're
I do
if
too.
you're going to do the match, if you're going to book the match tonight, I don't think the match should have been booked tonight, but because it was house showy. But if it was booked tonight, I think it would have been some really good heat if Priest and Dom won the tag team championships. Because again, it goes back to what I said. You don't even have a match set for KO and Zayn a couple weeks before SummerSlam. You could have easily done a return match there. I mean, like, so that would have been KO and Sammy's opportunity to have that big spot on SummerSlam. And just think about just 3.5 months ago, they were one of the hottest duos in all of professional wrestling. And just 3.5 months later, man, just their stock is like it has went down tremendously.
Well, that's because I mean, they were getting the bloodline rub, bro. I
Yeah,
mean,
that's true.
let's call it what it is, man.
It's true, man. That's exactly what it was getting the bloodline rub. Let's go into the segments by segment. We got Cody Rhodes cutting an in-ring promo. He eventually walks up to the ramp to backstage. Gets sappy with the crowd, talks about his mother, Michelle Rhodes, and he gets attacked by Brock Lesnar, and he gets F5 in front of his mom and Kimura locked. I wasn't necessarily opposed to this segment because I think it got heat to Brock and Cody's town. So.
Bro, I like the way all this was done. I really do. The only thing I don't like is why does it have to be over at 9:15?
That's true.
Again, bro. That's the only thing. That's why I keep saying it. Is it in, is it in Brock's contract that he gets the last flight out? Whatever. This was all done very well, bro. I had no complaints about any of this. But why does it have to be over here?
Yeah. So here's one thing that and I've defended Cody Rhodes in AEW tremendously. I talked about how I don't understand why people are booing him because I've even had a conversation about that, me defending Cody because he put over the likes of QT Marshall, Malachi Black, Sammy Guevara, MJF, even Anthony Ogogo, who's not even in AEW anymore. So he spent a lot of time putting over talent, to up their stock. And so I appreciated that. Now, okay, he's coming in and getting thrust to main event talent, but people love him. But this is one thing. Darby Allin, he put Darby Allin over as well. And here's the thing that's just weird, so weird to me with Cody Rhodes as a babyface in WWE. So this new catchphrase that he's trying to put over,
I hate it.
I despise it, man.
I hate it.
Atlanta. What are we going to talk about? And like the fans are just like they don't like. Okay, listen, SK Nation. I want everybody to pay attention every time Cody Rhodes say that. The fans' reaction live. He'll get the pop when he says the city, And then when he says that, the decibels get so much lower because people legitimately don't know how to react to after he say that. You know what I mean?
hate it. I hate it, bro.
It's just weird. It's such a weird catchphrase. I'm thinking, what? I'm thinking, if you smell. I'm thinking all of these popular catchphrases. And then Cody Rhodes is, what do you want to talk about? Like, if you were there as a producer, would you lobby for him to kill that catchphrase?
Bro, first of all, it's not a catchphrase. Like, what do you want to talk about? Like,
trying to put it over as
it's not a catchphrase. Catchphrase is if you smell. That's a catchphrase. Austin 316 says, "I just kicked you." That's a cat. Yeah. This is what do you want to talk about? Is not a catchphrase, bro. Well, what are you, Barbara Walters? Like it should be a catchphrase for the talk. What do you want to talk about? That should be the catchphrase for the View or the talk, not for a professional wrestler. But bro, it's everything about Cody's demeanor, bro. This isn't Broadway. This is professional wrestling, and he goes out there with these freaking monologues, bro. Like, he's Shakespearean, and he's on a Broadway stage, and it's like, bro, this is freaking wrestling. Like, talk real. Wrestling needs to be real.
Yes.
Okay, bro. I can't believe for the life of me a professional wrestler talks this prim and proper way, using big words. What do you want to talk about? Oh, bro, I don't get the whole Cody thing. I don't get. I've never gotten it. I've never gotten a babyface thing. I don't get it, bro.
I don't either, man. And then And then during his I just don't get Cody's promos, man. I don't get it. I just don't understand it. Like, he was talking about, like, so I got 2 words. I'm not really trying to put this over. That's not my type of tea, but I'm gonna say it anyways. Hard times. But he started off at the very beginning, talk about how he wanted to carry the legacy of his father and become something that he never did, which was world champion. But he doesn't want to put the phrase over because that's not his type of feel. It's not his type of style. It's like, what exactly are we trying to book Cody Rhodes as? I don't.
Somebody just made the comment in the chat that Cody is Nick Aldis. Bro, Nick Aldis is a heel. Nick Aldis thinks he's better than everybody else. Cody thinks he's better than everybody else, bro. But they're still trying to get him over as a babyface. Nick Aldis is a heel. He's better than you. He's better looking than you. He's got a better body than you. His vocabulary is better than yours. He's a heel, bro.
True, but Otis has been playing babyface a bunch for a number of years now. When he was strictly business and NWA, and he had a faction, it was a heel faction.
Right. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that actually worked. Yeah, and he had I forgot who all he had. I know he had a Bram in it. What's Bram's name?
Bram. Oh, I remember Bram. Oh my God. That was a long time ago. I don't know, bro.
SK Nation. What's Bram's real name? What's his name? How was it working with Bram, man? Tom Latimer. Latimer, that's his name. Tom Latimer. I think it's Tom Latimer. How was it working with Bram?
I don't think I ever worked with him.
Never worked with Bram.
No.
Really?
Nope.
Interesting. Yeah, he was.
I don't believe so.
For a while, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, maybe I did and I don't remember. I don't know.
Gotcha. Chris Masters was in Strictly Business as well. Yes, thank you for that. All right, so let's go to Gunther versus Camille.
See, bro, now I don't have a problem with Riddle having long.
I stopped because someone said another name, but yeah, you don't have a problem with Riddle having a long
match with Gunther because Riddle's believable to me.
Sure. Sure.
Riddle looks like an athlete to me, and we know the MMA background, which they never sell. So, like, I don't mind when Riddle. I mind when he has a long match with Sami Zayn.
Yeah.
I mind when he has a long match with Kevin Owens. I don't mind when he has a long match who from somebody who looks younger than him and is very, very athletic. He's not going to blow up. You could see his physique and he's strong. So the fact that he has a long match with Gunther and Gunther goes over, I don't think this hurts either one of them.
I don't think it hurts Riddle. It's just that I don't think it hurts him ultimately because, there was some talk I saw on Facebook. There was a headline that I saw that Bully Ray was talking about how Riddle hasn't been the same since Orton left last spring or spring of 22. And I actually agree with him there because I think that Riddle just, he's just there. He was injured. He was gone for a while. And then he came back with a triple threat with Owens and Zayn. It just kind of felt weird because he came back to try to, get back at Solo Sikoa because Solo Sikoa was the one who took him out. That didn't work because he lost to Solo Sikoa. And so then somehow he got shifted over to the Imperium gimmick. Yes, he beats the lackeys, but he can't get Gunther. He can't beat him. So it's just like he's just kind of floundering, man.
I agree with you, bro, but that's the booking.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I mean that's 100% on the booking.
Yeah. Bro. Where do we go with Riddle from here? If we won't see Orton for a while, do you think they're just trying to pass time with Riddle until we get an Orton return?
Oh God, bro! And then we're just gonna go right back to that well.
Yeah, RK Bro.
I hope not, bro. I hope not.
What would be really funny? What would be really, really funny would be if say for instance if Imperium, comes out, and so all of a sudden, like you have like Riddle against like Ludwig Kaiser or something like that. And then Riddle beats Kaiser, and then Vinci and Gunther comes out. All of a sudden, Orton's music come out. Riddle's getting excited. You have 3 here, 2 here. You have Imperium go out the ring. Riddle walks over to Orton, and then bam, RKO. and then that starts an intense feud with Randy Orton and Riddle, and it causes us to see more of a serious side.
That's what is desperately needed. That is desperately needed, bro. I mean, the stuff flying out of his crotch. I mean, we've beat that to death, bro.
Yeah, indeed. We have Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. And by the way, Gunther cuts a promo against Drew McIntyre post-match. Then we get Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez cutting a backstage interview. Rhea Ripley interrupts, headbutts Liv, and then fights with Raquel and kicks her in the leg and sells the leg. To me, when I saw this, I said, okay, so clearly what they're doing here is they're trying to take the titles off of Raquel and Liv to set up for Raquel and Rhea. Now, I said this before. I said Raquel, like people were asking me. I've said it here. I said it with Bill Apter. What I think is, someone's like, who was it? I was asked before by Bill, who was it that would be a good person to, and you talked about this too, asking this question, who is it that would be good opposite of Rhea Ripley that makes sense? To me, I think Raquel Rodriguez. However, I think that this is way too rushed. I think you need to put much, much more time into this. Raquel towers over Rhea Ripley, and Rhea Ripley towers over everybody else. So I think you need to really build, like I said before, I think that they should build Raquel as like a female Batista, a machine, plows through people. I would pay money to have Nia Jax come back, and that'd be a rumble match between her and Nia Jax, just to keep repping and winning those matches to make her look like a monster, to have her make sense, because the more she looks like a monster, the more that looks good for Rhea Ripley in that big culmination match.
Yeah, I agree with you, bro. We need to see her strength. We need to see, and we've not. Oh, bro, she shoots the back pose. That's the extent. No, bro, we need to see how strong this woman is. I mean, and we've not seen any of that. I guess they feel, bro, they have no other opponents for Rhea Ripley right now. I guess that's what they feel, you know?
Yeah, which I think that they do. This is one thing that I think could work. This is one thing that I think could work. Because Liv and Rhea used to be, they used to have their like a tag team. So what I would be interested in seeing would be for Liv to turn on Raquel at SummerSlam, and that can stretch it a little bit more. And then Raquel is the one who wins the Royal Rumble. And so basically what happens is that makes Raquel the chaser. She's plowing through talent, but at the same time, you have Rhea and Liv kind of having a loose association, something like that to stretch out this more. Because to me, just a match against Rhea at SummerSlam and Rhea being and Raquel being fodder for Rhea Ripley at a pay-per-view, I think that's absolutely ridiculous to me. And so if you somehow do a Liv turn or something to that nature and stretch out Raquel being a monster, winning the Royal Rumble, and then culminating against a match at Rhea with next year's Mania, I'd be up for it. I'm really high on Raquel Rodriguez, man. I think she looks like a star.
Yeah.
I think I follow her in NXT. I think she looks great. I think she looked fantastic in NXT. I think that they've diluted her so much on the main roster, and it's time for them to really work on making her a monster again. So.
Agreed.
Next we have Judgment Day in-ring promo.
Bro, I don't know what I hate more. I don't know if I hate Cody's promos more or Dominik with the mic thing. Oh my God. And bro, he I know he's young, bro, but he is getting a lot of reps. He'll say something and pull the mic down before they react. Like, bro, like I hate this. I this to me is so freaking annoying. I hate it. Why, bro? I'll tell you real simply why. Because he could just talk over them, bro.
Yeah.
He's got the microphone. They don't.
Yeah.
So he could just talk over. The microphone gives him the power to talk over them. And this one thing, bro, and we've said this, bro, WWE tends to beat things to death.
Yep.
This is the one thing that it's just like what Atlanta, what are we talking about? And Dom with the mic 3 times, it's going to happen on every single show.
Yeah, indeed. What would be so cool, man, if he starts to like really soak in the heat? Because right now he's like scared of the heat. Like he has the mic and then he'll like turn around and react to it like he's afraid of it. Wouldn't it be so cool if he continues to talk during the heat and you cash in on it and have him win like the North American Championship? Tomorrow he's supposed to go for the North American Championship. He brings that championship on the main roster and he just starts talking the whole time and he's getting boo, boo, boo. And they do a zoom on him and he's continuing to talk.
Bro, it would give him tremendous amount of heat. This would give him tremendous amount of heat, bro. I'm just they got to think outside the box, bro. What would give him tremendous amount of heat? He goes to talk, and they start with the bullshit. Okay, here's a tremendous amount of heat, bro. Reach in your pocket, 2 earplugs. Put them in your ear and say whatever that would piss the fans off more than anything, bro.
Or let me one up. I like that idea. Let me one up that because I'm thinking business. I'm a business guy. What would be really, really cool if Rhea starts handing him headphones.
Yeah, absolutely.
That says Dirty Dom on there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you can start selling them on the merchandise.
Absolutely. Bro, that's what would get him heat. That will get him more heat than anything. And, bro, he did something, bro, which, like, again, I know he's young, but Zayn and Owens come out on the stage, and they're cutting a promo. Dom has the microphone, and he's screaming at Zayn and Owens. I'm like, bro, you've got a microphone in your hand. What are you doing? Talk in the microphone.
It would be really cool. Like, you can really, I think Dom needs some acting classes, man, because what would be really cool is like if like someone like KO and Sammy comes out and they just starts talking to him, and like he's still talking because he doesn't hear him, and like he's still getting that heat, and all of a sudden he looks at their lips, and then he like takes his ear, like half his ear out, and he's like, "I'm sorry, what was that?" Like he doesn't hear anything. And the fans will continue to just keep going up and up with the heat, and that would really, really,
bro. How much heat does he have working with the headphones on?
Yes,
you know what I'm saying. I mean, bro, you know what? I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt because they are wearing this thing out so badly. I'm gonna assume that's where they're going. I'm going to assume, like, for their anniversary, Rhea Ripley is going to either give them headsets or earplugs. I'm going to assume that's where they're going.
I don't think that they're going to do that. I don't think that no one's ever thought about that except for this show. And I think that would be a very, very hot merch seller. You had earphones that had dirty Dom on the side. And what would be really funny is if he comes in walking down with the headphones, right? He takes them off, put them, hangs them, drapes them on the ring post, and then after a while, like halfway through the match, he puts them on, and it just like you have to work gradually, give us a little bit more heat. That's
and then, bro, all you have to do is have the baby face, take them off of him, and get the fans. And then Dom's doing. It's so freaking simple. It's so simple. I'm assuming that's where they're going. I'm going to give them.
I don't think that's going to happen, but I think that that's a brilliant idea, which WWE has a lot of money on the table if they decide if they don't do that, but they should start selling Dirty Dom headphone merch. We got Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville.
Well, before that, bro, the backstage promo. That was horrible. I mean, that was just absolutely horrendous.
Indeed.
Horrendous. Yeah,
it was
such bad acting all around. All around, bro.
We have Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville defeating Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. They are the new women's tag team champions. Right?
Well, the psychology was good though, bro. They worked the leg. So I mean, whoever was laying out this match, they told a good story. And the story was strong enough too, with Liv coming out at the end of the night. So I thought it was fine for what it was.
Yeah. Very nice. I think, my thing is I think that I'm glad that they protected Raquel in a way, but what's up with this women's division, man? So I was thinking in my head, like, again, you need to set up something for SummerSlam. So who are the women's tag team contenders to go against Chelsea Green and Sonya?
I guess they'll get their rematch because she'll be healthy by then.
Well, I think that they're setting up Raquel and Rhea though for some.
I think they're going to get this match out of the way first.
Now, I would prefer that, but you're not. So basically, right now, you don't have a tag team title match, a men's tag team title match for SummerSlam, nor do you have a women's world championship match at SummerSlam. SummerSlam's one of your biggest pay-per-views of the year. By having those off the card, it's terrible booking. So I think that you will have a world title match. I think you put Raquel there, man. I think that's what they're doing. That's the reason why they dropped it. The titles was to set up Raquel for, the match against Rhea Ripley at SummerSlam.
That's so quick, man.
That's what I'm saying. I think it is very, very rushed, man. I think it's too rushed. And if you're going to rush a match, one person that you don't want to rush it with is Raquel Rodriguez, man. I think it's bad. Now, if you do, I think probably next week what you'll do is you'll have Rhea versus Liv Morgan, and Rhea probably will beat Liv Morgan, take Liv Morgan out, keep beating her after the ring, after the bell, and then you'll probably have Raquel come out and save the day, and then there you go. There's your SummerSlam match.
Yeah.
We have Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville backstage interview afterwards. What do you think of them as a team?
Nah, bro. It was supposed to be Carmella, so they're trying to fit two pieces together that just don't fit. Bro, Chelsea Green and Carmella would have been great. That would have been a good heel tag team. But when she got pregnant and they just slid in Sonya Deville, there's no connection there, bro. They feel like placeholders, bro. Yeah. They're gonna probably wind up giving the title to those two NXT girls.
The ones who had them before.
Tinkers to Evers to Chance.
Oh,
I'm telling you, bro.
The ones who lost every match, and then all of a sudden they just wins matches. Oh.
Yes.
I don't get the logic there, man. What? I mean, why though? Why? I mean, why would you decide to have them lose so many matches and then turn around and then become champions?
Bro, I got to tell you something. The whole women's revolution, whatever they called it, okay, bro, that was all to put the shine on Stephanie McMahon. That's all it was, bro. 1,000,000%. Now with Stephanie no longer even involved with the company, bro, I'll be honest with you. I don't think they care about any of these girls.
Really?
I don't think they care about them enough where they're really putting hours and hours and hours into their creative booking, bro. It's, again, bro, listen, wrestling will always be the good old boys club. It will always be. When Stephanie had that prominent role, things changed a little, but since she left, bro, I don't think they care about the women's division.
I think a lot of, I think, when did she leave? Did she leave during the Bianca Belair era?
Oh God, I don't even know, bro. I'd have to look that up.
Because Belair kept the title for a year, which was it was great. It was over a year actually. She had it for 13 months. So she left. She left, I think, summer of last year, like right when Vince came back.
That's when she left. Whenever Vince came back, she left.
Okay, so Vince left the summer of last year, and I think he was gone for like 6 months, and he came back early this year, January, February, maybe something around there. So that's when Stephanie left. Okay, so a lot of Belair's era, Stephanie was still there then. Okay, so interesting. Yeah, because now they're canning the NXT Tag Team Championships. They unify them, and then all of a sudden you split up. You just, for some reason, the tag team titles don't mean anything to Shayna Baszler because she beat up her partner for what? To have, like, it would make sense if like Ronda was holding Shayna Baszler from becoming like women's champion or something like that. But she beat her up. She cost them the tag team titles for nothing, just to beat up, enhancement basically. I mean, it's like there was nothing at the end of that. So it makes the tag team titles look worse because you're willing to beat up your partner to lose the titles for nothing in return. So it's definitely not making it look very prominent as far as the title is concerned.
I agree.
Next we have the Seth Rollins sit down backstage interview, and interrupted by Finn Balor. This ends up with Seth Rollins saying, "Oh, we're done. I don't see Finn in front of me," and then he gets a chair thrown at him and beat up.
Bro, this was so weird. Think about this, bro. Think about this for a while. Let's talk about Randy Savage for a second. Macho Man was always the Macho Man, and here's the difference, bro. If this were a sit-down interview and he was really getting hot, he toned down his voice, but it would be the same voice. Yeah. But he wouldn't be up here. Yeah. He would be down here with this, and you knew when he was getting serious. Yeah. So I'm watching this promo, and for the first time in a long time, when it's just Seth and Balor, we see Seth get serious. And I'm like, oh, okay, bro, thank God he's not a clown anymore. Now we're seeing a serious side to Seth. But then that asks you, but then you pose the question, so the whole clown routine is just an act. You see what I'm saying, bro? Like, yeah. if all of a sudden now you are serious and you're not laughing and now that's all an act. Yeah. Savage was always savage, bro, regardless of the situation. If he was mad and he was really hot, like I said, he would change the inflection. He would talk a little softer and then explode. Yeah. But now I'm watching Seth serious and they're face to face. You don't have any goofy glasses on or anything. Yeah. And then I'm like, okay, bro, so you're acting like the Joker. And why are you doing that? I mean, do you understand what I'm saying? I don't get it.
Yeah, there seems like it's not really making that his character, just making that a goofy part of who he is. You know what I mean?
Like it's and like I said, bro, of course, it was never explained. It came out of bro. When Macho Man Randy Savage arrived on the scene, that's who he was. Yeah. When Hogan, I mean, and the prominent Hogan, that's who he was. Sure. This guy out of nowhere, it's like, man, bro, I just watched the movie, and that's going to be my character. Yeah. So then when he gets serious, all of that stuff just comes across as really, really phony, which I don't get that whole persona either. I don't get it.
I agree with you.
I don't get it, bro.
To your point with Savage, I kept thinking of when you're talking about the build, the heel build to the explosion. I thought of Lustful Eyes, with Hulk Hogan when Hogan brought Elizabeth to the back and Savage turned on Hogan, and all of a sudden that WrestleMania 5 build up. You got lustful eyes, Hulk Hogan, and then he goes up, and for everybody who hasn't seen that lustful eyes promo from Randy Savage building up to WrestleMania 5, that's one of the best Savage promos, and he was a heel, and he was mad as all get out, and he came in talking real low, and all of a sudden it exploded, And WrestleMania 5, it was good.
Somebody just said the word I was looking for. Seth feels disingenuous. Yes, he does. He feels phony. It feels phony, bro. It just does.
I agree.
Now again, bro, if that's who he was from day one, okay, but that's not who he was from day one.
And there's no progression with it too, Vince. That's the thing. It's just the same Joker.
It's the laugh. It's the laugh. That's all it is. It's the laugh and it's the song. That's it.
Yeah, there's no progression. Like at least with Taker, there was progression to his character. Sting, there was progression to his character. Austin, progression to his character. So it's like if it doesn't feel organic and it's just some weird laugh and song, you're not really honing that in, that you're allowing the fans to control who you are, first of all. And then second of all, it's like the laugh doesn't really add to your character positively. You know what I mean? It doesn't really hook people. It's just some annoying part of your character that people prefer to get away from instead of embrace.
There are a lot of annoying things on this show, aren't there, really, bro? The laugh, the mic gimmick, the what do you want to talk about?
Oh,
there's a lot of things on this show that kind of get on my nerves. Now that you mention it, you know what I mean, bro?
Indeed, man. We get the Viking Raiders, defeating Alpha Academy Viking Rules match. I don't know, man. This feud, I got a bit of a soft spot for this feud. I actually don't mind it. I wish that, because the thing is, one thing that you made very, very intentional about the Attitude Era is that um, you made sure that everybody on backstage made sense in some way. They were being utilized in some way. And this, to me, it was away from the title. It had backstage segments, it had a graduation, gimmick. It really was a coming of age, for Maxine Dupree, who was just kind of there, managing the Maximum Male Models, which was a dead gimmick. And so it really got her an opportunity to get really over. And so I actually like this feud. I just wish that it would have culminated at SummerSlam and Alpha Academy would have won the match, because that would have got them an opportunity to be suitable contenders as baby faces. So that's my critique.
Yeah, see, bro, too. Again, it's the pairing, bro. Listen, man. When I was growing up, you had Bruno, but you also had the second bananas to Bruno that were huge stars. You had Chief J Strongbow, who was the second biggest baby face, and then you had Ivan Putski,
Oh,
bro.
Polish power.
Bro, he whatchamacallit, Otis is the 2023 version of Ivan Putski. This guy could be over huge as a solo babyface, bro. This guy selling merch, kids loving him. They've miscasted this guy from day one, bro, because they always had him with somebody else. What was the team he came up with? His buddy that disappeared. Heavy Machinery, and then even when he was doing the gimmick with Mandy Rhodes, that got his character over, but he was still in the tag team. Yeah. He's always been in the tag team. This guy could be a super over babyface. I don't know why they've been marrying him to somebody else from day one. I don't understand, unless he can't cut a promo.
Yeah, he can't cut a promo. I think I like the pairing with, I like the babyface pairing with Chad Gable and Maxine Dupree. I think that was a cool way to bring both of them there as a kind of like layers to Otis. I'm fine with that, but I like the fact that they're baby faces now. I do. I like Otis as a heel when he did the clean shave. It was horrible, man. He's a Chris Farley style. It's like I'm as bubbly as Chris Farley, but you still don't want to meet me in the back alley. You know what I mean? He has that type of feel to him. He's like one of those people who are like, you get really close to, and that he's intimidating, and you get really close to him, and then y'all joke and you say something offensive. He's like, what? Oh, no. Like you kind of get to the point where you're like, oh, I'm just playing, man. No. And that's the type of feel that Otis has. And I think with the pairing with Gable and Maxine, I think we see those layers from a mic work perspective. I just think that they should be.
I just think they desperately need single stars, bro. They're never gonna do nothing with Alpha Academy. They're just gonna be middle of the show filler. They desperately need some stars, bro.
I agree. I just don't see Otis as a top baby face. I think that's by himself. I just don't see the attraction as
bro. What would you say? Ivan Putski was a top babyface. What did he have that Otis doesn't?
Oh, he was jacked.
But so is Otis.
No, he's not. He's big.
He's big. He's a huge human being.
He is. He's. I mean, he can squat about 600-700 pounds. Yeah. But at the same time, like, Otis is huge, man. Like as far as like he looks like unhealthy in a sense. You know, I mean, like I'm trying to PC this, but I'm a fitness guy, and like I've seen Otis like live before, and like I think that Otis, he has a cool look. I'm a big fan of everybody doesn't have to be built and jacked to the max to be a wrestler. I don't think that everybody should be the same body, structured body frame.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to Otis, though, I don't think I think it's kind of weird that they brought, that they took Big Show down to developmental because he was having some weight issues. They took Yokozuna off because he was having some weight issues. They put Mark Henry down because he was having some weight issues. But when it comes to Otis, there's not that type of drive, or even Keith Lee. I mean, they had him wear a singlet, and they affected him a lot. But when it comes to Otis, though, they're having him have this comical, like his body frame looks very Chris Farley-ish, but a little bit more muscular. And so he's filling that comedic role, which I think that he fits very well in. I think he fits very well in it. But I like, as far as a main event babyface, I don't know how that would work with someone who he doesn't seem like a believable like character as far as a babyface is concerned, especially the mic work. I don't see it. I don't see it. But it's all good, man. It's just opinions, ladies and gentlemen, just opinions. Next we have Shayna Baszler defeating Nikki Cross. Rousey talks to Baszler from the press box, challenge her for SummerSlam.
This is the worst thing on the show that they're doing, because here's what they're trying to do. Rousey's on her way out.
Yep.
So they're trying to bury Rousey as she always looked down her nose at professional. That's what they're trying to do. But with Shayna Baszler as the baby face,
exactly,
bro, Shayna Baszler will never in a million years be a baby. Look at her, bro. Yes. She'll never be a baby face, and she wears that eye makeup, and she's a she beast.
Yes,
you can't, bro. If you want to do that with Ronda Rousey, that's fine, yes, but do it with somebody that she could make a baby face out of. Shayna Baszler will never, ever be a baby face, ever, bro.
I agree with that 100%. I think, because from what I heard was Rousey, with her going out, she wants to put Shayna over because they're friends. But why couldn't you do that in like a triple threat or a four-way or something? I mean, like, just the fans see how why WWE has to see how uninterested the fans are with this, because you have Nikki Cross is kind of playing a baby face, so then you have Shayna comes out as a heel to choke out Nikki Cross. Then Rousey kind of get cheered a little bit when she's in the press box. Someone even said, "I love you, Ronda." Then she cuts a promo of the back door versus the front door, and then she gets booed again. And I'm like, so y'all have to try to call it audible or something, because making Rousey the babyface and trying your best to do that and just making more of a monster heel for Baszler is a much better path than Rousey as the heel and then Shayna as like the baby, and Shayna beats Rousey. That's not going to put her over as a baby face. Yeah. Like, and I just, that doesn't make any sense to me at all. How they're going to do this,
especially when heels are supposed to lie, cheat, steal, and everything Ronda Rousey said was the absolute truth.
It was.
So she didn't lie about anything she said. And bro, put this on the annoying list, please. Shayna Baszler, please lose that eye crap. I don't, bro. Did you ever see her perform in MMA?
I've seen some clips.
Did she wear that? Am I missing something?
I don't know.
I don't know what that's supposed to do. It certainly is not supposed to make you look like a baby face.
Right. while you're talking, matter of fact, I'm gonna look and see. The next was Ricochet backstage interview. What do you think? What do you think about this?
Bro.
I'll look and see if she wore that. I've been seeing it.
Ricochet, he's don't put a mic in front of him, bro. Don't let him cut promos. Come on, bro, please.
Yeah.
There was a reason Conan was with him, bro.
Yeah, I agree with that, man. So Invicta, I'm looking at Invicta. This was Alexis Davis against Shayna Baszler. Invicta FC4. I don't know the date for this. I can find that real quick. A couple years ago. Oh, this was 2013. January 5th, 2013 in Kansas City. So this was 10 and a half years ago. I am currently looking at Shayna Baszler and no eye paint.
God, it's horrible, bro.
She looks in really good shape though. So yeah, so she was in her she was about, I think she was born in 1980, if I'm not mistaken. So she's like 43 this year. So she was like early 30s at this point. So yeah.
I swear, bro, again, if I'm creative and I'm writing this show, I swear to God, I am going up to Shayna Baszler and I'm saying, what's with the eye makeup? Please explain it to me.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't make any sense to me, I'm going to tell her to lose it. Especially if they're trying to make her a baby face.
Especially if they're trying to make her a baby face. Exactly.
Yeah.
So with Ricochet and the mic, man. So when you have producers in the back, and that's a backstage promo. So you've seen it. For those who don't know, this guy right here was behind the cameras.
A billion times.
Especially during the infamous, ladies and gentlemen, Starter Man promo.
God, bro.
He was you see that camera right there? The camera, you don't see the camera because the camera is viewing these four people right here. And one person who was standing behind that camera during this Starter Math promo was none other than this guy, Vince Russo.
I don't think people understand what a big part of my job that was. I've produced thousands of pre-tapes, live promos, thousands.
Yeah. And so when Ricochet is cutting a promo, someone's behind a camera producing it. When they say cut and they go to the other segment, if you were behind that camera right there doing a live promo, what advice would you give?
Bro, I gotta tell you what when somebody was bad, I gotta tell you what would happen, Chris.
Okay.
If somebody was bad, I would, first of all, they would never ever cut a live promo. It would be a pre-tape.
Mm-hmm.
And we would do it over and over and over and over and over. Chris, when you get to about take 6 to 8,
mm-hmm.
Okay, bro, they're not going to get it better than this. They're not going to get it any better than this. You know that.
Yeah.
So you settle for the best they can give you. And then, bro, when you're sitting down and writing that next show, guess who's not cutting the promo?
Who's that?
It's that simple. Like, bro, it literally is that simple. Because I'll tell you why, Chris. Because if you keep letting them cut promos, they're actually going to believe they are good.
That's a good point.
When you stop giving them promos,
forces them
they're going to know, wow, bro, they're not giving me the mic anymore. I really need to work on my game.
Right.
Yeah, bro, you do need to work on your game.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, it forces someone to step up.
Absolutely, it does, bro.
Yeah. Miss TV, Becky Lynch, Miz also introduces Trish and Zoe Stark. Somehow Trish says no, and then Becky just all of a sudden convinces her to say yes, and then Oh, but you got to get through Zoe Stark first. And so next week, and then all these stipulations as far as if she loses, it just again this feels so thrown together, man.
This was so horribly written. Horribly written when Becky's just agreeing with everything done. And
Yeah.
then here's the funny thing. And like you said, Chris, and then one of the stipulations is, oh yeah, and after I beat you, you've got to get thank you, Trish, tattooed across your chest. Okay, bro, well, we know that's not going to happen. So obviously you're not going to beat her. Like seriously, bro. Yeah, bro, Becky's going to come out with that tattooed across her chest.
Yeah.
I don't understand the logic there. Like, why is that one of the stipulations? Because you're telling us you are guaranteed to now lose the match.
Correct. You just told us a spoiler on that match, because there's no way that Becky Lynch is going to tattoo "Thank you, Trish" on her chest. So it makes it super obvious. Like, we know who's going to be the winner here.
Bro, this was my next note. RYN, thank you very much. Just bring in Leader already. Guys, I could tell you right now, they ain't using Leader for whatever reason, because this was the spot. This was the spot, bro. When they were double teaming, Becky, I thought 1,000,000% Lita's music. Yeah. If they did not use Leader in that spot,
I'm not going to use
for whatever reason, and I don't know why, bro. I don't know. But hey, bro, who knows? Maybe they didn't offer Leader enough money. I mean, who knows? But this was the spot.
Yeah. I would be more intrigued to see Becky and Lita against Trish and Zoe at SummerSlam. I mean, if you want to pay off between Becky and Trish, like, I would much rather see if you and Lita can beat me and Zoe, then it's solo. Then it's one-on-one with you and I. That's the way that you book that's the way that you stretch Trish and Becky for another month or two. But with the whole Zoe Stark, okay, you know that your marquee women's match is going to be Trish and Becky. So you know that Trish is going to beat Zoe Stark. So you know that Trish is going to be Becky's going to beat Zoe Stark. So you know that Becky's going to beat Trish because of the stupid, stipulation. Why didn't you just have Lita come out, do Lita and Becky, because Lita and Becky were tag team champions. Trish attacked Lita. Makes perfect sense for Lita to get some retribution to go against Trish now. Now Lita's helping Becky to want to get her one-on-one match against Trish, just like Zoe Stark helped Trish beat Becky. It just makes perfect sense. I don't even think it was a matter of not giving Lita enough money. I just think they felt that this was strong enough to make a one-on-one match the way that they did it. I mean, and I think that the people writing it are like, I think that this will be compelling enough. And then it's one of those things that you really think of an idea in your head is really good, and then when you see it, come to fruition, you're like, ugh. I mean, that was kind of fell flat. Yeah. And I think with this segment, they really fell flat, with this. And I think this whole, like, even the Trish turn, all of this that's led up to it, I think that this was a really, really flat angle, man. Over the past, right after WrestleMania is when Trish turned. So this is like a 3.5 month angle. And it just, again, what is this doing for Becky? Yeah. Like, okay, she beats Trish. Is she over more than before the Trish angle? No. So this was just a nothing angle. Yeah. It's a waste of time.
And I do want to put over again, bro. Like, listen, Chris, you and I are not women. And you and I, thank God, knock on wood, have never given birth to a child.
Indeed.
Because I would like, bro, I am the type of person that every month leading towards the birth of my child, I would be freaking out more and more and more and more and more, scared to death. That's why men were not supposed to give birth to children. That's why when I see somebody like Becky, who I know not too long ago gave birth to a child, and I see the type of ring shape she is in, bro, that's incredible. That's and bro, a lot of women in wrestling. It's not, Mickey James had a kid. I mean, we can go up and down the list.
Yeah.
That's incredible to me, bro,
Yeah.
because when you're pregnant for 9 months, man, you could try to stay in shape as much as you can, but there are going to be some things that are out of your control. And then to have the child and get back in that type of shape, that to me is just unbelievable. She's in tremendous shape.
Look at Jade Cargill, man. I mean, like, she's a freak. I mean,
Yeah.
she has a little daughter, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm telling you guys, I don't think we realize how amazing that is, bro. Like,
yeah, absolutely.
because when once you have the child, like, bro, you can't have one day of being lazy. You know what I mean, Chris? You're talking about every single day dieting, depriving yourself of what you really want to eat, going to the gym while you're trying to watch the kid. I mean, that's an unbelievable commitment.
Yeah, it's dedication for sure. Now, some women are blessed to have bounce back bodies. I've known women that just have an ability to just bounce back in shape. After having multiple kids. That alone is a freak of nature. Itself.
Man, I'm telling you,
but
bro.
then just to have that athletic shape and someone like a Becky Lynch and looking as good as she does. So, here's the thing. Yes, she looks great, but at the same time, we're here to talk about the wrestling segments, and we just want fans of that for sure.
Yeah, that's all.
Bronson Reed, Shinsuke Nakamura, Tommaso Ciampa interrupts, causes the DQ from Shinsuke. I mean, you like the Shinsuke turn?
I like two things. I liked at least, yes, bro, because he cost them the match and he laid him out at the end, which they never do. And then at least we had the little promo of Nakamura, I'm mad as hell and not going to take it anymore. So I was happy that, okay, bro, at least they're doing something with him.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying.
And that's true. But I think what's going to happen is they're going to turn him heel and he's just going to lose against a bunch of baby faces now. Like he was a baby face losing to a bunch of heels. Now I think he's going to be a heel losing to a bunch of baby faces. It's sad to me still. Like, they don't take him seriously, man. They don't take, and he has an allure to him that the company continues to dilute over and over and over again. He goes away, he comes back, he gets a nice pop, he gets the fans singing, and then he has a mystique about him that's really cool. But if you keep having him lose matches, there's no mystique anymore.
Yeah, I agree.
You have KO and Sammy defeating Damian Priest and Dominik Mysterio. You said that this was the house show ending that should have led to them becoming to them becoming tag team.
But again, two great continuity spots. Rollins taking out Balor and then Liv Morgan coming out and taking out Rhea Ripley. And bro, they don't do stuff like this.
Yeah.
So, that was good, but I feel the wrong people won this match for a lot of reasons.
Yeah, indeed. Let the fans know about the brand, my man.
RussosBrand.com, guys. Check it out, man. It's been less than $5 a month for 10 years now, man.
Wow.
Check it out. A lot of great shows on there, a lot of great personalities. I think you'll be thoroughly entertained.
That's a steal, man. You've got Disco Inferno there.
Disco, I always forget people. EC3, Disco Inferno, Stevie Ray, Stevie Richards, just incredible. Man, the list goes on and on. The great Ben Hameen of the cast and crew we have on that.
You have a Friday show too, right? With former TNA star
EC3?
No. The female.
Goldilocks?
No.
Taylor Hendricks?
Yes, Taylor Hendricks.
Yes. Taylor Hendricks and Goldilocks are both on the channel as well.
And Goldilocks is a sweetheart of a gal. She is.
And a heck of a rock and roll singer.
She is. And she produced, for those who don't know, Goldilocks produced a bunch of TNA theme songs during TNA's heyday, man.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very talented.
Very
Talented. Yep.
TNA theme songs. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this guy right here, Vince Russo. I am Dr. Chris. This is the Legion of Raw. Have a good night, everybody. Solo.